Bye.
This episode of Vic's Basement is brought to you by EB Games. Support us by buying your video games at EB Games. Welcome to my basement, everybody!
Yay!
Welcome, Marissa Roberto. Welcome,
you.
Scott Joe.
Hello,
Victor Lucas.
Hello.
Where were you last week?
You guys did a great job. Last week, it was my mom's. We're going to start with that. Yeah,
right.
okay.
I'm sorry, buddy. I thought maybe you were traveling.
No, I was not traveling.
You're always doing something exciting.
No.
You're always doing something exciting.
You're doing some traveling next week.
I am.
But thanks
to New York City.
Yeah, we're going to talk about that in a second. Thanks everybody who's been watching the episodes because we've been streaming a couple of episodes. You guys rock. Thank you so much. Thank you for your nice notes and tweets and expressions of support out there. The last couple of weeks, it's been very interesting for me.
All right, let's stay on that for 1 second.
Okay. But it's great to be back in the basement. Go ahead.
When you look back on everything that you went through, and you went through a lot in the last couple of weeks, I mean, did you feel like, I don't know what you're supposed to expect on the far side of it. Do you feel like you got what you wanted to get out of it?
Okay, here's what happens when someone that you're very close to passes away. It's like a daily earthquake. It's like something is happening all the time and everything's being shaken around you and you react to it differently every single day. But I can see how people go, my mom was ill for a very long time, so it was not a surprise. But I could see it being a full-on, full-stop devastation in a regular life. No problem for like a lot of people will just completely shut down after something like this because it's an amazing amount of grief and memory to deal with for any person, But luckily, I've had time to kind of reconcile with all this, and also I've had a ton of support, from you guys, from the community, from the game community, from my family and friends, and. So it was good, and
you look well, like whatever you're doing. I mean, obviously you're eating right, you're sleeping. Although you yawned a lot earlier when we were shooting reviews, I won't take it personally.
Yeah.
But you seem like mostly physically you're okay, and emotionally you seem like yourself.
It's okay. I mean, there's an intellectual element. We're talking about my mom's passing. If anybody is questioning what the hell we're
going to
going.
To games soon.
Yes, but no, I'm okay. She's. I mean, the thing that you kind of hold on to in a situation like this is that there was a lot of pain and a lot of confusion and anguish and suffering, and it's all done, and there's just an exhale at that point, and
but you had a really nice send-off.
we did. We took a cruise and had a bunch of family and friends out in the water in Vancouver, and it was a nice day. It didn't rain on us when we were doing it, and it was a very nice send-off. So it was good.
We're glad you're back.
Yes, me too.
And I'm glad because the show was missing your nines, and now the nines are back.
Well, and I'm bummed
full
I didn't
circulation.
get to 9 to Fast
let's
to
get
Furious 7.
Oh,
I'm bummed. I had an opportunity.
You want to start with that?
I'm gonna give it a 9. It's a preemptive 9. I haven't seen the movie.
No.
But,
tell him.
Victor Lucas, you would not have given it a 9.
No,
he might have.
I haven't really liked the Fast and Furious movies all that much. I think we had a laugh at the last movie because we didn't know what the hell. I mean, remember they had the big vault and it was bashing through Brazil.
I can't remember any of it.
It was just ridiculous.
A 7 maybe because you would have found the fun in it because there is some fun to be had obviously watching movies like that, but they're completely mindless. There's no intelligence in the movie at all, and I guess that's not what you're going in for, but shouldn't you get something like that when
I think that's good, and I like the fact that you're saying that because it sounds like something I would say. I love that. No, I mean, we saw the movie with a couple other people who are friends of ours.
Yeah.
And they had already decided before we went into it that they already liked it. And I think a lot I think that.
And did they like it?
Yeah, they were so satisfied, and they're like, well, it was exactly what we knew it would be.
Well, there's been a lot of people, sort of getting their pitchforks ready since that review has aired. We've received
and that's fine.
Some notes and comments. And the thing that surprised me is that I've seen nothing but real positivity from a lot of people that I know on Twitter as well, in the gaming industry primarily. And I think how much of that is just, not charity, but sympathy or empathy for...
Well, I think that's definitely part of it.
Yeah.
Obviously,
for sure.
Is it Paul Walker?
Paul Walker.
He's dead now, and they pay a nice...
should we just make this the all-death episode?
This isn't... Everybody's dead that we're talking about.
Yeah.
We're the only 3 people alive.
Okay.
But yeah, and I think you get to the end of the movie, and it goes on for, it felt like a long time to me. It goes on for a solid 5 minutes. It felt like closer to 10 or 15.
But the thing is, though, at the end of the movie, it didn't relate at all to the actual story that took place in the movie. It was like a send-off for Paul, and we all understood that being in the audience. We got that.
Right.
But it wasn't ending a little wrap-up with Vin Diesel doing, a voiceover.
No,
I know. I'm not going to say what it is.
He doesn't care.
But then, but it was like...
I want to see it. I mean, it's the #1 movie in the world. I want to see this.
That's insane. That does not mean it's good because we all know
because Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles made some dough, and so did Transformers.
I love that you have this cynicism now. I feel like my work is done.
She had it before you, mister. I reviewed a ton of movies with Marissa, and she was like...
You were at 9, she was always a 7, and I'm a 4.
Okay, but I'm still kind of there. I gave this movie a 6 because I feel like it is a 6. You're still getting entertainment there, but there's so much... I mean, the way women are objectified in this movie is crazy, and every ass looks like a cutout of the ass before that. And it's like they're all the same.
That was the best thing you've ever said on the show. That was amazing. Say that one more time.
No, what is wrong with you?
Every ass looks like a cutout of the ass that came before it.
It does, just like one ass that's walking in the next ass.
Like, I'm into women. And women were in this movie with asses out, and there were some nice ones. Yeah. You're right, and they were like I can't even.
They were nice, but
could you tell one ass from another? Though?
No.
I didn't. I didn't care though. I just thought, look at this. It's raining asses.
It was raining asses. It was an ass parade, like we mentioned in our review.
So they could have called this Asses and Muscles 7.
Yeah, well,
and all the dudes kind of look the same in a way too.
They do, and you know, Vin Diesel. I didn't get to say this in the review, but he looks like an overgrown fetus. Like he just does. He's just like, man, we're all friends and family, but we're together, and now let's drive.
No, I don't have friends. I have family. I don't know why I had a southern twang on that.
Interview Diesel on a red carpet or a junket somewhere. You call him an overgrown fetus.
I will.
I want to see that happen.
Him and Jose at the same time.
No, but also I just feel like as a woman watching this, I felt terrible about myself. And then watching...
You always feel terrible about yourself.
Yeah, fine, whatever. I was also eating a lot of chocolate while watching, so I'm like, oh, look at that ass.
Well, what are you supposed to do with fast movie?
But then also, Jordana Brewster is really skinny.
Right.
She's
like horrifyingly skinny.
Right.
It's scary to look at almost because you look at what she like. I really enjoyed the first Fast and Furious, and she was so cute and she was so pretty, and I just believed her. And now I don't believe this character.
Obviously, this movie does not work because this is the bullshit that you're thinking about while you're watching it.
You need subtext.
It's all superfluous.
There's no subtext through the whole thing, and she looks like a skeleton with a wig.
Oh,
really?
Brutal.
Really, and she's supposed.
So wait. So Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles versus Fast 7.
I didn't see Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles.
Double zeros. It's a tie.
Okay.
Am I done? Can I go home now?
You gave it a
Transformers 4.
Did I give it a 2?
You gave Fast and Furious a 2.
I was channeling Vic. I was trying to get in a little positivity.
Is it called Furious 7?
Yes.
It's called that, but is it called that because there are 7 furious people after Paul Walker dies in this movie? Because that would kind of make sense and kind of tip the hat to 7 Samurai or something like that.
I don't know why you're doing that. You're thinking way more than the producers, writer, director
totally.
ever
Why did they drop the Fast? Is it not Fast anymore?
Well,
Blake has the answer.
Because Furious 7 is easier to tweet.
Right.
Fewer characters.
That's true. That's true.
Hashtag
we only have 140
ADD. We all have ADD.
Wow. Even though you're off Twitter.
That's why I changed us to EPN. So
you're off Twitter. You quit Twitter, right?
Yeah, I quit Twitter. I'm 24/7 watching Fast and Furious marathons. You know,
honestly, this was another. And the only thing I remember from the last movie was that it was so long.
Yeah.
And I love you, but it's like we got to sleep, we woke up, had a little food, we put blankets over ourselves. The movie's still going. Like it's still going. It just end already.
And Furious 6.
Yeah, Furious 6.
Back in the days when they called it Fast and Furious 6.
But this one had, I mean, there was a huge scene. Almost, I felt like in the beginning, just to get people going, but I felt like it should have been an ending scene.
Yeah.
And Scott looked at me, he's like, you know, this is like only a quarter of the movie. Because I was feeling like...
seriously. Like, I don't know what happened.
Yeah.
I just was like, oh my God, we've done so much already, and we're only like 10 minutes into this movie.
But there's there's no...
That sounds fun, man.
No,
I want to see that. That sounds good to me.
If you haven't watched every Fast and Furious...
Right.
I have not watched every Fast and Furious. If you haven't, then you don't have a relationship with these characters as much as maybe you should.
I have heard that it is so much fan service just for the hardcores out there. But look at the numbers, man. There are tons of people that love this stuff.
Like something weird has happened with this movie where people And I know we sound like two assholes going into this thing.
I feel like my score was fair. It was very fair.
What was your score again?
It was a 6.
That's too high.
No, I feel like it's fair.
But you know, I feel like somehow people leave their judgment at the door. Yeah. They leave their intelligence at the door, and they just think, I'm just here for the good time, so I'm going to go in and have a good time, and it doesn't matter.
I'm just here for the good time.
That's what the good time people do.
Do you have to touch yourself?
I was just here for the good time.
Is it a little bit of this?
Anyway, if you like this shit movie, I'm happy for you. Go see it again. Keep, building the box office for it. Why not? We're going to get Furious 8 or whatever the hell they're calling it by then.
It'll be Fast 8 because it's easier to tweet.
It'll just probably be FF8. And then we'll wonder if it's Final Fantasy 8.
It'll be Fate.
Oh,
but let's move on.
Work in Hollywood.
Right.
Yes. Okay.
I don't want people to keep spending money on movies like this, but they're going to keep coming out. They're a reason for buddies to get together and go and have fun in the theaters.
Daredevil is on Netflix. That's
true.
You don't need to leave. You can just stay home and watch the 10, I think, or 13 episodes of Daredevil. I've watched half of one. But
I'm like, wait, hold up. We need to review it.
It went. It lit up at midnight last night. So did the pre-orders for the Apple Watch.
Did you have your clock set?
Yeah, I was.
Oh God! I gotta watch Daredevil.
The Daredevil alarm.
Today.
It's true, right?
That is why you're tired.
Yeah, of course. I was up watching Daredevil and I didn't fall asleep. I couldn't stay up too late. But it's really cool. It's really violent. It's really dark and gritty.
In the first half of the episode, it's already violent?
Yeah. He goes to town on one of these bad guys.
Oh.
He just is, he's got him down. He's just like...
Listen, can I press pause on the show for a second?
Yeah.
I have the least amount of clothes on here of anybody.
Right.
Yeah.
And it is hot as balls in this room.
Really hot.
I am sweating so hard right now.
Thank you.
I don't know. Like, I can see sweat forming on your brow.
I know, it's hot in here.
I have mustache sweat.
Yeah, I know, it's hot.
You do. I didn't want to tell you.
It's global warming and it's...
It's not global warming. The heat's on in the building.
The heat's on in the building. It's really hot today.
I'm glad they're not global warming.
Like, for some reason, I sweat right in through here in the midsection. Like, I don't know why.
Is that where you collect your
It's dry. It's dry. It's dry. It's dry. There was a river in the back, but then there's like a pond in the front. Don't get it.
That's fantastic. That's
belly.
awesome.
Guys.
Can we go back to Daredevil talk now?
Okay, back to Daredevil.
Okay, all right. Okay, cool. So they've revealed the costume. The costume will be out by the end of the episodes. I think they'll tease to it because he's just wearing a black mat. He's blind, right? So he just has a hood over his head. And
is this Ben Affleck?
No, it's Charlie Cox, who was in Boardwalk Empire, was the last big thing that he did. And it is a bit weird. I haven't fully gotten used to him yet as Matt Murdock because he's. I think he's going to play the character well, but I just don't know the guy at all yet. Like I just don't. He's not so overtly strong from the opening moments of the show that it's like, oh yeah, of course this is our Daredevil right here.
Have you seen Rosario Dawson yet?
No.
Oh, okay.
No, but I've seen the Foggy Nelson guy, and he's pretty good too.
Foggy Nelson.
He's his sidekick. They have their Murdoch and Nelson law firm, which is all being established at the beginning.
That's the character's name.
Foggy Nelson is the character's name. Yeah, no, I'm psyched, and I'm psyched that they were referencing the Avengers. You guys are all going to be watching this tonight, so I'm spoiling some stuff. But they're referencing the Avengers and the big battle of New York in Daredevil, and they feel like totally different, properties, which is really exciting. It feels like the Marvel Cinematic Universe is just going to splinter into a lot of different flavors, which is really cool.
I love that Netflix is doing this, of course. But I have to say that I feel like I've become a bit of a Netflix zombie lately, and I've always, because I'm a binger of many things.
Yeah.
I have an addictive personality, so I just get addicted to almost everything in my life, food being number one.
Crack.
Crack, definitely. But just with Netflix, I feel like it's providing me with so much, especially lately, that I cannot get off of it. I cannot stop, and I'm a little worried for myself, actually, because it's all I want to do. I don't want to leave my home.
I think Daredevil beats up people that push Netflix, actually. It's like the drug on the streets out there.
Pushing Netflix.
He's out there.
But I'm concerned now because this is this thing that I'm addicted to now. So what's gonna be the next thing that I'm going to just hold on to for dear life? No, that's not an actual drug. I tried drinking wine last week.
Yeah, you've been doing a terrible job with your wine drinking.
So I bought this bottle of wine on Friday. I'm like, well, it's the weekend, I'm gonna party. So I got a bottle of wine, and I still
yourself and drank a bottle of wine by yourself.
No, I tried.
Netflix?
Yeah, so I tried.
Wow.
No. So I tried to have one. I wanted to be an adult and drink one glass of wine with my Netflix. Okay, at night. There's still half a bottle left. I cannot do it. I've been trying to drink one glass of wine every day after work. Like, oh, I'm an adult now. I can't do it.
You know what would go good with this Netflix?
Some wine.
Some Chablis.
Yeah.
I might enjoy some Chablis right now. You know, maybe a Zinfandel for the Gilmore Girls. Like, what wine would you pair with what you're watching on Netflix?
I think that's
what would you pair with the Daredevils?
Yeah.
Water.
That's no lame.
No,
a Merlot
actually,
for sure. A nice smoky Merlot.
Sparkling apple juice this week. It was fantastic.
Okay,
it was really good.
So much sugar.
I know.
Don't give that to Ruby. Too much sugar.
No, it's just for me.
Oh, just for Dad.
Yeah, just for Daredevil.
And just for Daredevil, yeah.
Yes.
I don't do a lot of water. I don't know. I want to pair.
You don't drink a lot of water?
No, we do actually, because we've been reviewing the Samsung phone.
Mm-hmm. Oh God, this is so boring.
No, come on. This is part of the the review.
I cannot stand when you do that. I cannot stand.
I've got an app on my phone that tells me how much water I drank today.
That's actually kind of cool.
Who gives a shit? Just drink a lot of water.
But it's kind of cool.
No, it's pointless.
The phone is telling you to do.
Just drink it. Why should a phone tell you to breathe?
Okay. Now let's.
All right. So are you done? Can I?
That's all I have.
Okay. I like the fact that there was an app on this phone, okay, that was there ready for me to go, and I've been using this app telling me that, yes, I should drink water today. But it is annoying as hell, reminding me to drink water. And it's just one of those apps that you're going to forget to use or going to delete in a week. It's just, I like that it's a reminder to drink a lot of water, and then you realize how much water you have to drink in a day, and then you just delete the app and realize that you need to keep up with it. That's all. I will delete it. And I believe you're right. But I wanted to experience different apps on this new phone that I was trying. Okay,
I've got an app that tells me when to see the next Fast and Furious movie.
Oh, there probably is an app.
It makes a sound that goes.
Okay, let's switch the rant track to Apple Watch.
I know, but Blake was writing stuff down when we were talking about Fast and Furious, and I feel like
Blake?
He was.
Well, no, I was just taking down questions from the chat to ask you guys.
Oh my God, it's so hot.
Right, because I don't know if we should go back to...
Apple Watch pre-orders went out there yesterday, as well as a
it's
bunch
not
of
out
reviews.
Yet?
No, it comes out April 24th.
I've looked at some of the What?
Give me the thing, I'll fan you.
No, it's okay. I'll fan myself.
Okay.
I don't know. Like, part of me, we don't... What?
Just fan yourself.
This is a very rare document.
My word, it is hot out here.
Sakes alive!
Pass me a mint julep.
No, keep doing that. I like it.
I get another one. I can't. That's my thing. It's from my Star Wars album. But listen.
Yeah.
I'm like part of me asked you when we were going to shoot our studio a couple days ago.
Yes.
What's wrong with you?
Watching this beads of sweat drip on his head.
It's so hot in here. I feel like, are you trying to fire us?
It's Vic Sauna today.
We can't take anymore.
He's sweating.
But I asked you, sakes alive. I asked you where your iWatch was. And you said, "Oh, I don't have one yet."
Yeah.
And we don't have them here, so they're not planned on.
No,
they're not in the show.
If Apple is going to be sending them out to reviewers, they'll probably be doing that in the next week or so.
Well, my good friends at CNET have them all. They all have them.
Yeah, I know. I think they have their sort of tier that they want to get to first. The people that they're in the tech kind of community that they want to reach out to.
I got to tell you something though.
People seem a little about these things.
Listen, I don't have it. You don't have it. You don't have it.
I want it.
Well, I kind of feel like I want it. I don't know what's wrong with me. Maybe I've been spending too much time with you guys.
What's wrong with you? Indeed, you
have you seen the prices though?
You know how rich I am?
Yeah, but
have you seen my house? It's huge.
Have you seen the prices though? Because when you go to the site, because I did this last night, of course.
Okay, of course.
Again, why he's
he spent about 45 minutes today putting together toys that he just got delivered.
It was
beep-a-deep.
Well, it was Daredevil Apple Watch night. Okay, so I'm watching my Daredevil, and then I stayed up a little bit later and looked at Apple Watch and pricing and stuff like that. The one I want is $1,500.
Why do you want that one?
It's the band.
Does it have a water thing on it that tells you when to drink water?
I don't think it does. It doesn't have a camera. I do know. But But I think it does have the Fast and Furious app. So
oh my god! I want one though. I don't even know why. Maybe
that is the biggest problem.
I don't know why. I don't need
for
it.
this product. Like, why do we want it?
I have my phone in one hand, but then I have the watch, and they kind of do the same thing.
Blake, can you ask the people? I guess we're asking.
Yeah, we're asking them.
Do people want this watch, or
no,
did anybody buy the Apple Watch?
They've got other things to do.
Is this? Did you pre-order? Is it happening for you already?
Are you sweating where you are?
I want to have a mint julep. They're delicious.
Nobody is. I don't know if anybody's pre-ordering this thing, honestly.
I think it's sold out, apparently. It's already sold out.
Well, yeah, those are the people that line up outside of the Apple store when they're getting things.
Like Vic does.
Yeah.
Yeah, he does.
He does. He gets excited.
No, a lot of people
I'm excited.
I'm excited for the
watch. But I'm
also
also tempering it with like $1,500 is probably the price of the MacBook Air that they've got out now, right? The new MacBook Air with its super thin iPad profile.
But is the MacBook Air a friend the way that the iWatch is?
It's small enough you can almost put it on your wrist.
What's that like?
People in the chat are saying, most of them, and in fact almost all, are saying that they don't want the Apple Watch.
They don't want the Apple Watch.
They're saying no.
This is
no, hell no, no I don't.
Fantastic to watch. I'm so curious about what happens here, because this is the most profitable, most powerful, arguably biggest company in the world that hasn't really made too many blunders or missteps. And I'm not calling that, but it's just interesting to see if this category is even going to work, because if it's this company that would make it work, right?
We don't know. I mean, we don't know. It's too soon, and you know what? It might take a couple of years to shake out. You know, the iPhone in the beginning was very problematic. Very sexy machine, did some cool things, but it also had a battery life of like 40 minutes.
Yeah.
And the first generation iPhone was awful. And then it got so good, and then it reached this kind of critical mass where everybody... Am I too loud?
No.
Then it reached this kind of critical mass where everybody was suddenly buying iPhones. And people used to worry in New York City, oh, I don't want to take my iPhone out on here because someone will steal it. And then 3 months later, everyone had iPhones.
Yeah.
No one worried about taking them out anymore. And it was suddenly ubiquitous. It was suddenly everywhere. I don't know if the watch is going to have that kind of moment. I don't know really. I've read some of the coverage. I've read some very positive things about the watch.
Yeah.
And that's partly what made me want it. But I don't know if it's going to connect with people. And I just think we already have a device that's so powerful and does so much. Here's something you can wear on your wrist every day that does a few less things than your phone can do. Can you think of one
game that would work on the watch?
No, nothing. I can't even think of it. Any game,
I guess Peggle,
like tower defense on your phone is amazing, but I don't know what would work on the watch. Nothing.
I wouldn't play any games on the watch at all.
Destiny.
Oh yeah, Destiny for
How about,
sure.
Oh, BioShock. 2007's BioShock could be on the watch.
No, but remember the Galaxy Gear that came out a couple years ago, and I feel like nothing's happened with that. Well, no, but the only people that I saw wearing them were people that actually worked for Samsung.
Yeah.
Like I don't know anyone that no.
Yeah, and then they brought out a second one. I think it did a little bit better, but yeah,
tech is weird, man. Because
it's going to be interesting to watch this. Yeah,
I thought we were going to be living in a world filled with Google Glass by now, and that didn't happen. It faded before it even really crescendoed.
Yeah,
and now I don't know what's going to happen.
And
with
this all plays into how people will adopt VR as well. I think when we're talking about the outward appearance of how you project, how you look with this stuff matters, you know? And I think that a lot of people are going to be walking up to the... I think if the Apple Watch got too successful, it would, or in too many people's lives, it would work against it. It would become, it would almost be like Swatch. Remember how popular Swatch was for a long time? And then it was just like, well, you can't have Swatch, or Timex, you know? It's like people don't want those uniform kind of fashion statements projected outward like that. They want to feel when they wear it that they're creating their own identity, that they're unique.
You know, I remember the first time, I didn't have a cell phone for a long time. Not a big surprise to people who watch me on the show. I'm a dick. But you know, I remember the first time.
He doesn't just play a dick on TV.
I remember the first time someone gave me a cell phone. Yeah. And I remember I stepped out of. I was in this bar in New York, and I stepped outside to make a call, and a friend walked by and saw me talking on this phone, and I felt so powerful. I felt like it was such a novel thing that I was doing. That I looked so cool. I had this phone, had they had these fucking antennas back then. And I'm calling on this phone, and that's...
Sell, bye.
Yeah,
That seems like a million years ago compared to the world that we live in now.
Yeah.
Where we we don't even make calls on the phones anymore.
Right.
No one even uses their phone for that.
Yeah. Yeah, no, I'm fascinated by where this is going to go with Apple Watch. I'm fascinated by...
There's ego at Apple, too. There's so much ego, and they've had so much success.
Well, they have to break in other categories. They're too big. They have to diversify. It's crazy, though, that with the Apple Watch in particular, because they're trying to have that individual quality, they have like a tray of choices, which is overwhelming. This is a company that's been like, we have one product. Now we have two sizes of one product. Yeah. But
after so long.
Right?
That's right.
And now here's 50,000 watches you can choose from.
Yeah.
And one of them costs $25,000.
That's the one you want. No, you want the 15.
I want the $1,500 one.
Did you buy it?
No, I'm not buying it.
You were online.
I'm not buying it.
Did you buy one? I know you bought one.
No, I really want one.
Did you buy a Samsung?
I'm not gonna buy it. No, I didn't buy it. It's just a loaner.
We have them monkeying with the S6 phones though, and Samsung's got a winner with those. Those are great.
Yeah, but it's still not a big enough jump for me to say, oh my god, this phone is so amazing. I'm gonna drop my iPhone, something that I'm used to using.
Right.
For this phone, it's beautiful, yes, and I feel so professional. I feel like buy, sell when I have this phone for sure. But I don't.
That's
but I can't. I can't. I'm just so used to the phone and the operating system that I have now that it's not enough for me to make the jump. And I think that's the thing now with these companies. They have to have enough for you to make the jump, because if you've already taken a side, you've already chosen Android or iOS, you've already made that decision, it's going to be tough for anyone to make the jump, because you're used to that certain interface, you're used to doing things a certain way, and you have to change your life completely, it almost feels like.
You had wood over the Android stuff for a while.
I like Android. I think it's an awesome operating system.
You kept getting these little tablets and stuff, and you were playing games on them, and then they'd get loaded with bugs, and then you'd stop playing them. And so I just thought, well, I can't imagine a more damning experience than having Vic be really hopeful for this thing and then have it just not work well enough for him to even put up with it.
I mean, that's the curse of being a little more open-ended with your operating system. Yeah. I mean, Apple kind of does that with its obsolescence, you know? Like, you can't really have an Apple product last more than a couple of years, because they keep sort of tooling the new OSs and stuff like that so that they perform more sluggishly. Android, I feel, is really ripe for customization and creativity and risk-taking, but the flip of that is that you have a lot of cracks and a lot of issues and interference, and it's tough to find the economy in those kinds of situations as well. A lot of app developers have really struggled. The gaming space on Android is just now starting to sort of reach at least the play patterns. At least people are playing stuff on Android about as much as they're playing on iOS, but I don't think the revenue stream is anywhere as sophisticated as it is on iOS.
No, I just feel like I was always seeing way more ads. I'm seeing way more ads on all of the apps that I go into.
Right.
With
the Android. It's really free to play. I mean, that's really a drive. It's really, and it's very much free to play on the App Store too. Sure. But on Google Play, I think that model is people are saving money. And the other side of that is that the Apple stuff is costly. I mean, it's more expensive.
Yeah, but this new stuff from Samsung is so expensive. It's almost as expensive as an iPhone. So this is the most expensive phone Samsung has ever put out.
It's the most
like way above the
premium
other
feeling of their phones as well, especially the Edge with the curved thing. It looks incredible.
Listen, guys. You might have a couple more points.
Yes.
And I want to hear those points. But it's almost halfway through. Why are you laughing?
Okay, but listen, take
Tech Talk makes you fall asleep.
I just want to leave Tech Talk behind, and I want to talk about games a little bit.
Yes,
okay? And whenever you're ready, I'm just ready for that.
Let's
okay?
go ahead, because you've already stopped the momentum of what we've been talking about.
Tell us about your Bloodborne week.
You want to take a few questions about Tech Talk?
Sure, we'll take some questions. Absolutely.
You had Bloodborne.
I didn't do it. I didn't get to do it. I want to do it again.
Well, people are... a couple of people have asked about Deus Ex Mankind.
Yes.
Not Day of Sex, Deus Ex.
Deus Ex.
Deus Ex.
And
I want that day.
Yeah, they want to go. And also, I guess Lego Dimensions was announced, so maybe we could talk about that.
I'm psyched about both of those things, but that's not a surprise. I'm really excited for Eidos Montreal to take all of this technology that's available to them and refine what they did with a fantastic job with Human Revolution and make it stronger and tighter. They've learned a whole bunch. I'm really happy for Elias Tefexis, who's a great friend of ours, and he's a wonderful dude. And
he had to keep the secret
and
for a while.
he was great, man. He was great as Adam Jensen, and he. The thing I like about him is how much fun he has with it, and how proud he is of the work. And he's also got a great sense of humor about all of it, you know. And I think he's a great lead, and I hope that this is. I hope that this is just the beginning of a long run for him, you know. Like I hope this is not just a sequel. I never asked for this.
That gives me chills when he does that.
He does all the TELUS commercials in there. He does tons of different things. Every once in a while you hear his awesome gravelly voice.
Yeah. His wife does a lot of voice work as well. I think she was in the first.
Yes, she was. That's Michelle. They're awesome people.
Guys, are we talking about Bloodborne?
Please don't do that.
And Lego Dimensions, I know Scott was super excited about that when the news hit because you're a big toy fan.
So this is not Bloodborne?
No, it's not Bloodborne. Maybe you could build Bloodborne out of Lego, though.
Is it Lego Bloodborne?
No. That'll never happen. No, but the Dimensions is not an obvious kind of idea, you know, where everybody was waiting for the other shoe to drop when these toy to play or toys to game type things.
Today. You have a toy?
I do have a toy, yeah.
Okay, well then I want to get to it.
Okay, we'll get to the toy right after that.
I mean, I don't. I want you to be happy.
Is this where you check out?
Yeah.
But I think the thing with the TT stuff is we played so many of these Lego games that it's pretty hard to get super psyched about what the gameplay is going to be.
Yeah.
Batman was a disappointment last year.
It was a bit of a disappointment, yeah. It was a little too linear, but merging the worlds makes so much sense with Lego. It's the way people play Lego. Like right now, I've got my Ghostbusters set next to my Back to the Future set at home.
I just want to tell everyone that Vic and I had to go to a screening earlier this week.
Yes.
And we had to be there by a certain time. So we finished shooting in the studio, and I'm like, "Hey, Vic, are you ready to go?" I come to find him in his office putting together something Lego. He's like, "Yeah, okay, just give me 1 second." He's organizing all his pieces. Like, picture Lucas.
What was this? I was building one of my microfighters. Look at how cool. And I
come to my boss's office to find him.
I wanted to time how quickly I could put this together.
Who's that?
I did pretty good. 15 minutes.
Is that Charlie Chaplin?
No, this is Star Destroyer with one of the Imperial Guard type people. But it's not my toy break. My toy break is.
Here we go, everybody.
Right,
drum roll. Drum roll.
I just picked this up from an import shop. It's from Good Smile. It's what do they call this? Chiba heads or something like that. It's like super deformed kind of character creation stuff, but
I know what they're called.
It's Iron Man.
How is Vic married is what they're called.
It's Mark 42 Iron Man suit.
How the hell is he married?
And it has all of the different armor types back there, going right back to Mark 1. It should have 42 though, because it's 42, right? But no, it's super cool, and you can put on the Robert Downey Jr. head onto here, but I couldn't figure it out. I put it back in the box. I couldn't do it by Showtime.
Can you just get it?
It's all put away. It's all put away.
Is that the end of it?
That's
his toy break.
That's toy break. I love this thing. It's so cool.
So yes, Blake has something to say.
What can you do with those? Can you?
I put them on display. Oh,
my God! Everybody, get out! Get out! I'll get out.
Don't move your Don't move your chair.
Don't move. Okay.
Oh my God!
It's okay.
All right, I'm alright.
Okay. It's okay. You can put it back together. Okay, I don't know what Scott is doing. All right. Anyway, what?
I found everything. I still haven't found the half of the Batarang on my on my Batman figure though. You gotta find that. I don't know what you did with that.
Somehow I got blamed.
Are you okay? Can you come back, please?
I just wanted to give him enough room if you need to find it.
Anyway, Blake has something to say.
Yes.
Scott, actually.
Oh, it's a question for
You
Scott.
have to come
Can you
back,
come back
Scott.
and bring your chair? God, what a racket.
It was so elegant. It was just like James Bond leaving a room.
What's wrong?
I know.
That was an actual toy break.
That was a toy break. Yes, an actual, literal.
All
Someone
right,
in the chat
so
said that. I
question
didn't
for you
know.
now.
You sound like
nice.
a monkey when you laugh sometimes.
I do, yeah. You're right.
He's reviewing laughs.
He's
Zero
been
for that.
really
Oh
mean
my
to
God.
me. Every
Unbelievable.
Every Friday
Unbelievable.
Really mean to me.
It's okay. Iron Man's fixed. Everybody can breathe.
Okay.
It's okay.
Guys, there's a question.
This is actually
You
two
look like a
questions.
monkey.
2 questions.
But I think
Nice.
they have the same answer.
They're both.
Okay.
They're both for me.
Somebody wants to know what is Scott playing on PSN this weekend, and if he's still playing Bloodborne. And I think it has the same answer, right?
Yeah.
Listen, I've been trying to tell my Bloodborne story for the last 45 minutes.
All right, go ahead.
So, there's giant creatures in... There's giant creatures in Bloodborne.
Wait a minute. How did the date go last week?
Oh,
and,
a lot of people.
And did you tell her about Bloodborne?
The date did not go very well.
Okay, what happened?
I talked about Bloodborne.
Oh.
So anyway, I'm playing all week long in the studio. I look all messed up this week.
Yeah.
That's because of Bloodborne.
Right.
And so then this morning, I saw Marissa and she said, "How are you today?" And I said, "I'm tired." And I said, "That might be it for Bloodborne. I don't think I can do it anymore." She said, "Really? You think that's it?" I said, "No, that's just what people who are playing Bloodborne say all the time."
Yeah.
They keep complaining about it, and they keep playing it. And that's kind of what I've been doing.
You made me sound really nice in that story. Like, I actually cared about you, and I asked you how you're doing, and then...
Marissa, I try to make you sound really nice, even if that's not really the case.
He embellishes.
Anyway, I am still playing Bloodborne. You would not believe the fun I'm having, and I love it. And my score was too low because Vic made me review it too fast. On you, Vic.
Well, we had to get the review in the show. People were
It's
clamoring.
fun, though. It's fun.
Yeah.
Like, I'm having fun with it. And
it's a brilliant game.
It's brilliant, and I'm winning.
I am leveling up.
I'm leveling up tonight, everyone.
Yeah, we've also been we've been checking out Axiom Verge,
yeah.
and raging in Mortal Kombat a little bit, but we're not allowed to talk about that yet. The embargo's on that one.
Are we not allowed to talk about Ex Machina?
I think we should. I think that movie deserves a lot of love. Actually, I've seen reviews of that out there right now.
Because it came out in Europe a while ago.
Yeah, no, this is the new Oscar Isaac movie that Marissa and I saw this week.
Yeah.
I had to put the Star Wars thing together before we could see it, but
that was,
we saw the movie. We saw the movie, and it blew us away. It's an unbelievable film. It's the guy, Alex Garland, who wrote The Beach and 20. Which one?
Dredd. Yeah, he did
Judge Dredd. Oh crap!
But this is his first.
28 Days Later.
His first directing.
Yes. Yep.
Project. I was so impressed with this because Scott and I just saw Fast and Furious before. Like, that was the movie I saw before this one, which is completely different. It was so the opposite of this. This was so contained in its bubble with 3 people. There are only 3 people that you're really with this entire movie, but they carry it so well. The acting is so fantastic, and there are some moments where I couldn't believe they were happening. Like, there's some moments at the end, obviously I can't spoil anything, but it's such an interesting idea for a movie. I really want everyone to go out and see this because people should pay for a good story, for good writing, for good directing, and for good acting, and this movie has all of those things.
Well, it's a mature film. It's definitely for adults, but it's it kind of, it has that same kind of that depth and that spookiness and that grit and that creepiness that was a part of Blade Runner. Yeah. And what was that Ethan Hawke movie with Jude Law? What was that one called? Gattaca. And also reminded me a lot of Gattaca as well. Very austere, very cold. Oscar Isaacs, though, in direct contrast to the way that the movie is shot and the environments that the movie takes place in, is so alive and so dangerous and so smart, and his dialogue is fantastic in this movie. He plays like a kind of like a Zuckerberg savant fused with some Google type of intelligence. Then he crafts an artificially intelligent person that gets challenged to a Turing test, which is the robot test that you give to an artificial intelligence to see if it can fool a human into thinking that it's another human. Yeah,
that it's real.
Yeah, and really amazing stuff.
Oh God, so good. But every relationship that you see in this movie, they're all equally strong.
Yep.
With the character that he's bringing in to actually talk to the robot, with the guy that actually invents it all, and the robot herself. And yes, it's a very mature movie, and you do see naked bodies, for sure, naked women's bodies, but like, just to go from Fast and Furious, see those bodies, and then to go see this, it just felt so much more real. And yes, you're seeing, they're
robots.
They're robots.
Yeah.
But clearly they're real human bodies. There are some nipples.
Can we be done with this?
Well, I'm saying that so you would want to go see it.
No.
More Bloodborne?
No, listen.
Okay.
Bloodborne. I have more Bloodborne coming up later. But
okay.
listen, I'm trying to. I have not seen it, so I don't want to hear anything about it. I'm really excited about it.
It's incredible.
I'm sold.
You could have come and you did.
I can't go. You guys were reviewing it. I wasn't invited.
I just wanted to point out in our episode today, we said that Oscar Isaac, who's in Ex Machina, is in Star Wars Episode 7.
Yeah.
We forgot to point out that Domhnall Gleeson is
also
in.
That's
the
awesome.
other leading actor from that film is also in Episode 7. So J.J. Abrams probably saw that film early and said, hey, I want both those guys for Episode 7.
Right. Well, Oscar Isaac has been really good. I mean, he was even good in Sucker Punch, which was a pretty forgettable movie, except for the visuals. But Oscar Isaac was actually a standout performer in that. He's a really...
Inside Llewyn Davis.
And I haven't seen that yet. I heard that's great, yeah.
It is good. Yeah, well, that's another thing on Netflix that you can watch.
I know.
I know a lot of Netflix
I got a lot of
to do.
Daredevil to get through.
I have breached the hall.
Okay, I know. You've been very distracted with that.
Well, I can't believe I'm sweating openly through my t-shirt, and you guys have on layers.
I'm fine.
It's fine.
Blake was fantastic
not
again,
fun.
as usual.
These are not
Apart from
working
the sweat
conditions.
today, he also came up with lots of great things for us to talk about. Jared Leto has put out his first image as the Joker. Have you guys seen this?
Yeah.
What do you think?
It's good. It's good. He's got the physicality. Here, Blake is going to draw it up right now. He's got the physicality, and the guy is a hell of an actor. So it's hard not to think of Heath Ledger. It's hard not to kind of know that.
So why do we need another Joker? We already had Heath Ledger. That's
but this is for the Suicide Squad, and he's going to be an instrumental part of this thing. And now this is our new Joker because it's all a combined cinematic universe. So
I feel like more and more of the show that we do has less to do with things I'm interested in. What are you laughing at, guys?
This is the world.
Well,
okay. Black Ops 3 teaser. We got a little taste of that. Okay. I know you're a huge Call of Duty fan. Go.
What would you like to know? Is there a zombie?
And of course, we saw a little bit of Mankind Divided, which you said, and I like this on the show, that it's got one of the best titles of any game you can remember in the last little while.
Yes, I say lots of interesting things.
Sometimes you're smart. Sometimes you pull it off, Bloodborne. And then Marissa was super enthused to hear about the Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. spin-off show that's going to be coming.
So excited about that.
Yeah.
No,
it's called Cops in Hallways, I think, or Agents in Hallways.
At least they're being real.
Yeah.
Honestly,
being real with themselves.
Marvel.
It's a little stretched too thin.
Well, they have been.
Is that
for a
Marvel
while.
right there? That little ribbon. I'm.
What's ribbon? What are you talking about?
Because they're stretched to nothing.
Stretched to thin, too thin. They're just like, well, people. And we had some problems with the first season of Agents. So let's make another one. It's a side off. It's a thing. Let's get Agent Carter and let's do this and whatever.
Agent Carter was great. You missed that.
Who cares?
I know you did. I mean, you
make me care about these things.
You didn't sign up for these things when they're coming out every month in comic book form. You weren't rushing out to read all
No, I never
stuff.
cared about them. If you want to make me care about them, you have to reach people like me. It can't just be you guys who are already going to reach. You guys are reachable.
But guys like me and the millions of people like me that
so
go
powerful.
No, we go to Comic-Cons now.
Comic-Cons.
All right, we've grown up with these stories. I've spent thousands of dollars on comics and comic stories and reading about these histories and these characters.
So much of the show, it's all this stuff. I don't care about this stuff.
We've never had a time in television history where we've had this much attention paid to these many characters that are so big in our lives. We're having that moment now.
And most of these shows are throwaways.
No way.
They're made
I
lazily.
totally disagree.
Gotham is a disaster area.
Gotham is all right. It's getting better. But you know what? Flash and Arrow completely justify this whole movement, and I'm excited about the Atom. And now you're going to watch Daredevil, and you're going to eat some crow. It's a great show.
I'm going to eat crow.
Yep. And I think the Marvel stuff's going to get better on TV.
It's time for Bloodborne episode 2.
Okay.
Actually, somebody was asking about what do you guys think of Phil Lord and Chris Miller, the guys who did the Lego movie,
doing the Flash movie?
writing the Flash movie. And that's a good segue into what you were telling me earlier today about Brandon Routh's character from Arrow.
Yeah, he's
getting
in the Atom. Yeah, we've known that there's going to be a spin-off show based on Arrow and Flash, and now they've named it. It's going to be the Atom, and so Brandon Routh is going to be the main character in that. So it was our former Superman. Now he's our Atom. And you were so psyched, Scott Jones.
Yeah.
No, but you're right. But I understand your excitement, and I understand Scott's disappointment in all of this because it is too much now. And I know, like, I get it. I get why they're making all this stuff. Comic-Con is more popular. Thanks. I need you to stop interrupting me. I really need you to stop.
It's like you're the scales of justice.
So hot in here. We're about ready to fight everyone.
I know. So anyway.
This is like Fight Club.
Let's do the right thing.
Because Comic-Con has become so popular now, and they're seeing all these people, flock toward all these different things, and comic books are coming to life, and that's wonderful. And everybody that's online loves this stuff too, and so they're getting all their ratings and their comments and their 5 stars from people online. So they want to please this crowd, and they want to please these people. So they're going to keep making this stuff now.
Well, it won't last. Nothing lasts in these cycles with Hollywood. They always go for a while. Well, I think the stuff will filter out, and the stuff that hits the most and is the most popular. I mean, I think there will always be new Batman movies. I think there will always be new Spider-Man.
They're burning it out already, though.
But
it's too much too soon, too fast. Even the Star Wars stuff, like it's too much Star Wars.
This is the way Hollywood works.
And then they ruin it. They're like poking holes in their own boat. This boat could sail for a while.
But you know what? They've been doing a pretty damn good job. I think they've been batting pretty good. You know, the Marvel movies have been pretty damn solid.
They've all been shitty.
No, they
Thor
haven't.
the first Thor was okay. Captain America was okay.
Captain Americas are awesome.
The Avengers was watchable for sure. I enjoyed it. That's it.
Winter Soldier is incredible.
No Winter Soldier. I don't care.
The Iron Man movies are terrific.
Oh, I'm so sick of the Iron Man movies.
They're really good.
The first and second ones were good. The rest of them, dog shit.
Third was excellent. Great movie.
Dog shit is not.
Well,
correct.
That's the rating I give them.
All right. But, in the midst of all of this, though, the games based around all this stuff
there's no more.
They're totally history.
Hey, Next Level made that Captain America game.
Yeah, and that was pretty solid.
Hey, we really liked the Fast and Furious Forza Horizon game, so we liked the game more than the movie, which never happens. Like well, we liked it way more than the movie. Do you not remember? We just shot this review. Oh my lord.
Well, I mean, it's just hard because it's like you're reviewing a commercial.
No, exactly. You're reviewing a commercial for Forza Horizon.
For Forza and for Fast and the Furious. And for all the cars that are in the game.
They're really nice cars, though.
But it was fun. I haven't played a driving game in a while.
Yeah.
And it was fun.
You played the Crew.
I didn't play the Crew.
You guys are playing. Your MLB review is going to air pretty soon. Have you shot that already?
Yeah,
that's all shot.
Yeah.
What did you guys think?
Well, it's MLB.
Yeah.
It's MLB.
Did it feel like a big leap forward from last year?
Not really. I mean, it's going to feel that way. It's going to feel that way for people that play this game religiously every day.
Yeah.
They give a lot of fan service there, which is something that I love about this franchise, because that's what they need to do, because people coming back every year want that.
Mm-hmm.
But for someone like me, I don't play a lot of sports games. This is the only sport game that I enjoy going back to, but I go back so casually for like an exhibition game. I don't care enough to take care of my franchise player to do Road to the Show. It takes a lot of time and dedication, and if you're already a baseball fan, you're watching baseball games, and that takes up a lot of your life too. So for you to go from that to then putting hours and hours of your life into this game, it's a lot, but I do love how beautiful it is. I love the replays. They've gotten so much better. I know it seems so silly, but to watch it back, like to do something amazing and to watch it back and see your players interact with one another, I love that kind of stuff. And I love just after the game and how like the reporter comes onto the field, it's all so real.
I think the sports stuff, I think NBA did a really good job with their next generation stuff, and I think MLB's doing a great job too. But I think once they all hit their full stride, all the Maddens and the FIFAs and everything else, those are going to be console sellers, because that's where those types of games should be played. And there's so many fans for all of this stuff that they're going to only be able to really appreciate the experience of these types of games on a console. And I think they're going to sell PS4s and Xbox Ones.
I mean, because the people that love these games love them, and they will always go back to them. But the online play, though, especially for MLB, it's really hit or miss. Yeah. Like, it took forever to find a match, and then when I got it, it crapped out. And so, I don't know. I can't... They have to be better. The online has to be better for all of these games.
Yeah.
You're not chiming in at all, by the way.
No, this is your area of expertise. I'm just letting you have the floor.
You played the game, though.
I did. I mean, whatever. We're talking about this game, and like people are vanishing. Nobody wants to hear us talk about.
Well, they want to talk about
MLB the show.
It's a video game.
Nobody cares. Honestly.
Yeah.
People are very interested in it.
It's one of the bigger releases right now.
It's time for Bloodborne episode 3. So in the latest episode of Bloodborne, no, you know how I feel about the sports games. Like I've said this before, and I tried not to say it when we did our review, and they're too complicated now. The essence what was there that made them so fun and so compelling.
Fun video games. Yeah.
Where they were fun video games, and now it's like there's so much goddamn shit I have to. I'm sorry, I'm swearing. There's so much I have to learn. Like it takes me for 3 hours to learn all the interface, and now I can use the left-handed stick to direct my hits. I always thought you could do that, and now it's new this year.
That's something that was interesting, though, to actually read that. Okay, you can do this now. You can change the direction of the way your ball goes. I thought that I could do that this entire time.
For years, I've been doing that.
Yeah, exactly. I was always thinking that using the left stick, I was actually choosing the direction I wanted the ball to go, and you just have to hit it at the right time, and I'm gonna get it.
But they just wanted to put that feature back in the top of the ball.
Oh, gee.
Like, yeah, it's in the box now, so it's there.
MVP 2005.
Yeah.
From EA Games. Is that what it was called?
Oh, you guys talked about this last time.
Oh, yeah, the old game.
And also the Bigs.
Yeah.
Made here in Vancouver, where there is no baseball.
Yeah.
And no people that really love baseball.
There are people that love baseball.
They did a great job.
Marissa's here now.
No. They did a great job with that game.
Yeah,
the Bigs and the Bigs 2 are great baseball games. You know why? They capture the essence, the heart of that fun experience of a sport game.
And you're not worried
Nintendo, Sony, and Microsoft each have Metroid games that are console exclusives to each of their platforms. They're all 2D Metroidvania games.
Because it's the era of the look back.
It's Ori, and it's Xeodrifter, and it's Axiom Verge.
Yeah.
And they all kind of play the same.
Right.
We've reviewed all 3 of them.
Oh, we have.
No, you reviewed Ori.
Oh, with Marissa.
Which do you think is the best?
Ori.
Yeah. I mean, it's interesting that they've all come out within 2 months of each other, though.
We've had Metroid clones for years, though. Like, we had them on the PS3, we had them on the 360, we had them on the Wii, we had them on the Wii U.
These are pretty substantial ones, though, and they're so directly... I mean, they're solid titles, but they're so direct... Like, especially Xeodrifter and Axiom Verge, they could be... You could have just put a Samus Aran icon in there, and they could have called it Metroid games.
I just don't know. I don't know why. Like, I don't know. Oh, the Ori's beautiful for sure. You're still playing it. You're raving about it. Every day you come in and you talk about it. You should be talking about Bloodborne, and you're not.
No.
But there was an interest. Somebody wrote an article about why we should feel manipulated by Ori. Why it shouldn't have the greatest scores that it has.
Did you read that?
I did read it.
I didn't read it.
Oh.
I'm glad you did, though. Tell me about it.
It is what I'm saying that it is. Thank you.
Oh, she was about to?
Okay,
thank you. Thank you, Vic. Thank you. I need a translator.
No, but I understand that mentality, though, of thinking, because it's this really cute character that we're falling in love with off the top. And it's so cute that it's playing with our hearts, really, and our minds. Like, we get attached to the cute thing, so it's manipulating us into falling in love with something right away. So if it wasn't so cute, then maybe we wouldn't be so manipulated, and then we wouldn't love the game as much as we do. But honestly, if I'm being manipulated into loving something that I paid money for that I'm going to play, then I'm all for it. That's fine. I'm going to fall into it for sure.
As a storyteller, as a content creator, that's what you're trying to do. You're trying to create some kind of reaction in your audience.
Everything is manipulation. Every entertainment we encounter has some sort of formula that it's subscribed to,
like Fast and
to
Furious
manipulate
with the
us.
butts.
But it's the logic stuff in Ori that makes me want to go back to it. It's the way that they've created these gameplay systems that shouldn't make sense in any other context, but they absolutely do. And I can double jump here, and I can smash down to the ground. Now I can breathe underwater, and I can zip off with this energy kind of explosion off of these little light sources, and it all fits within the fiction of the game.
I do like
and it's hard as hell. It's fantastic. It's not Bloodborne, though.
Is it time for episode 4?
It's episode 4.
I like when the big fat guy in the game dies right at the beginning.
Yeah.
Spoiler.
Yeah.
The fat guy's dead. He's dead.
But that's the thing. That was the manipulation that was getting us.
I love it though. Like I always fall for that. If you want to get me into your video game, just have a fat guy die at the beginning.
I think in The Last of Us, the daughter was actually supposed to be a big fat guy, and at the last minute, focus testing said, "Hey, why don't we put a daughter in there?"
Right. So that could also be considered manipulation.
Back to the drawing board, guys. The fat guy's out.
Leon, he's got to go.
Oh my god.
Blake's laughing. Blake never laughs. Blake, you're going to New York next week.
I love when Blake laughs.
Blake is going to New York. No, we can't tell you what
we can't tell you why.
It's a secret trip. We only can speculate, and we're not going to do that publicly. That's how I have to talk into that.
And Jose is going to be, I don't know, is Jose on the chat?
No, he's not.
Yeah, Jose is going to be in Los Angeles. Ben Silverman's going to be down there too. They're going to be at Star Wars Celebration, getting us lots of cool stuff.
Are they going to finally kiss on camera?
I think so. I think so. I was going to make an Ori joke, but we can't do that anymore because Jose's half-say.
Oh, yeah.
It's still fun to make fat jokes about Jose.
He's Power Man now. He's a superhero.
But Vic and I, can we talk about what we want to do for Game of Thrones, or no, we shouldn't?
Yeah.
Oh.
We're doing it.
Are we really doing it?
Yeah, we're doing it. Yes.
Production meeting right now.
We're doing it live.
Reminder that Game of Thrones premieres this weekend.
Yes.
Sunday.
Yeah,
Sunday night. So Monday morning, roughly 9 o'clock.
We don't know yet, but it's going to be Monday.
We're going to do
between 9 and 10, sometime in that window.
Yeah, it's probably going to be 9. We are going to do every week,
10 weeks in a row.
We're going to talk about every episode.
And it's going to be kind of like Monday, like kind of a Monday. They used to call it a Monday armchair quarterback.
It's going
you know
to be.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Have you heard that before?
Yeah, how about Game of Thrones coffee talk? Or something.
Sure, that's fine. I'm into it. Game of Thrones Coffee Talk premieres
Waking up with Game of Thrones.
Monday morning at 9
o'clock.
And what it's going to be is exactly what you think it's going to be.
We're going to be chatting about what happened in the episode.
We're going to be chatting about what's happened.
Spoilers galore, and it will be fun.
We're going to assume everybody listening is somebody who saw the episode the night before, and so we're just going to talk it out. We're going to have coffee. You don't drink coffee.
Yeah.
You will have a coffee.
Yep.
I won't be here this Monday, so you guys.
Because you're off to New York, but we're going to start it this week, and between the three of us, we're going to split the task because we're all following along. We can't wait.
The first episode. Guess what? The mountain comes back.
No.
No, he doesn't.
No. Just don't do that.
Mountain is back.
Don't say anything.
No, Scott and I we've seen.
I've seen 4 episodes so far.
Yeah, all right.
We've been spoiled. No, we've been
4. If you guys were my friends.
No, but we are gonna rewatch. Like Vic and I will rewatch the first episode and then do
after I watch all the Daredevils.
Yes, and I've got to get through Gilmore Girls.
And your wife and
you're watching Gilmore Girls? Oh my God!
This is what she's.
Oh my Lord!
She's got so many things that she's got to do, and somehow she finds time to watch Gilmore Girls every day.
It's my morning routine. I put on Gilmore Girls. It's my nighttime routine. I put on Gilmore Girls. I'm trying to get through it. Season 3 is not very good.
With your Chablis and your
It's not very good.
Guess what? Time for Bloodborne Part 5.
Well, it's like what happened with Rory and Jess. Like, so Jess just leaves and he's gone now. What's up with that?
What is up with that?
He never. Like, I don't get that at all.
Let's take a few questions at the end
Are
here.
there any questions?
Well, we have 3 minutes. Do you guys want to do a lightning round? Let's do a question lightning round.
Lightning round. Okay. Here you go.
Do this quick. Okay. I'm gonna try to go through all the ones that people have asked.
I'm sweaty.
Okay. Marissa, what console do you like to play on the most right now?
Xbox One. Next.
PS4. No, my PS4.
PS4. Okay. Mulan, Pinocchio, and Winnie the Pooh are all getting live-action adaptations from Disney. Which one are you most looking forward to?
Pinocchio.
Oh.
Is that just for Marissa?
All 3 of you.
Okay. Pinocchio.
Yeah, I think
Keep going fast.
Mulan? What did you say?
Mulan, yeah.
Mulan.
I want Pinocchio with Haley.
Mulan, Pinocchio, and Winnie the Pooh.
Oh, Winnie the Pooh. That might be
looking forward to Winnie the Pooh.
Okay, pick one.
Winnie the Pooh.
Okay. All right.
Okay. Five Nights at Freddy's.
No.
Five Nights at Freddy's is getting a movie. Are you excited?
What that is.
No.
Scary horror movie.
Next.
All the amusement characters, the
I can't believe it's
animatronics
getting a
come to
friggin'
life.
movie.
I can see that being like Ouija, like that shitty horror movie.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hey, guess what, guys?
Next.
You'll review it.
Next.
Okay, what's that?
Okay. Do
You
you
won't be working
prefer?
anymore after that.
Do you prefer getting a whole season all at once, like on Netflix, or
Yes.
do you like getting it like one every
season
week?
next.
Whole season at once.
We're all bingers now.
Yeah.
Netflix trained us for that, man. It's
Whole season at
unbelievable.
once, or I'm gonna drop off and not watch it anymore.
Yeah.
Okay. What are you playing on your Vita?
Nothing. Next.
No. What the hell just came out on Vita?
Ollie 2.
Resident Evil Revelations 2. I'm about to play that on my Vita. I'm
Really?
excited to play that on the Vita, actually. Yeah.
What do you think Kojima leaving Konami will mean for the new Silent Hill game?
Nothing. Next.
I think that Silent Hill game is going to be in trouble because if he was a big part of the vision and the direction of where it was going to go, I think they're going to have to retool.
Why are we still making Silent Hill games anyway? Next.
Well, I played
point.
the demo was fun.
The
It
demo
just got
was crazy.
got really repetitive and stupid at the end, but it was scary and atmospheric.
Yeah, it was
Okay,
really
Okay,
freaky.
and this is the final question for the lightning round. Where do you buy your plaid? This is for Scott and Vic and Marissa, I guess.
I just follow Vic around on the streets wherever he goes into. I go in there after he leaves.
I go to Mavi and Urban Outfitters and there's other places. Lucky.
Let's not promote it.
Yeah.
Banana Republic. I get a lot of my plaid.
But the
and
thing
the
is,
Gap. So same company.
Yeah.
And Bruce.
The thing is, I can't wear plaid on the show anymore because you guys wear plaid too much.
We've dominated it. I know. Sorry.
I'm trying to plaid at Winners.
Yes, Blake loves Winners. Every time you come in, so Scott came in with new jeans. I think these were the new jeans he came in with.
Yeah, look at this.
So,
great.
So
great work.
Blake
It's awesome.
told Scott that he doesn't need to pay because Scott spends a lot of money on clothes for some ridiculous reason.
I don't. I just wear T-shirts every day, so I
But
can
you
spend
spend
it
a
all
lot
on
of
pants.
So Blake says you can get the same pants at Winners for like a tenth of the price.
No, it wasn't the pants. It was a shirt I had on one day.
Yeah, you can whatever brand stuff you buy.
It was a
you
shirt
buy
at
at Winners for about half the price. Just saying. That's where I buy all my stuff.
I would like to know if there are places that people shop for good flannel, because I've bought all the flannel from all the stores.
Yeah,
so
send your flannel.
Yeah, flannel suggestions and their favorite flannel shirt
Let's
ideas.
put a pin in this for now.
Okay, yes.
And Monday
like
we
this
got to
one,
do
though.
that's a very
Game
nice
of
one.
Thrones.
Good one.
Thank you.
It's like a seashell.
Yeah, thank
It's like
you.
seafoamy.
Except this.
It
thing.
is like
I
seafoam.
don't know
That's
what-
right.
It's
Oh,
very
look at
excited
that,
to meet
yeah.
you guys.
And that one's excited too on
And
that
I
side.
can't keep them down. I know. Very excited.
So gross, Vic. Way to gross us all out. Good job, buddy.
But you get weird at the end.
Before we go, because
Yeah.
it's 3:00.
Yeah.
What is everybody playing this weekend?
Bloodborne.
He's
Next.
done Bloodborne.
I'll be
You're
playing
done.
Bloodborne, and I'll be
Okay.
playing Ori.
Vic will
and
not be playing Bloodborne because he is not manly
I'll
enough.
be playing Bloodborne. It's super cool, and some MLB. Actually, I loaded that up
Oh,
the other night.
great.
I was having fun with it.
Oh,
It's-
good.
It's a slick game.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
it's very slick.
Yeah.
I'll play more of that for sure, but I'm mostly just going to be watching stuff on Netflix.
Gilmore Girls.
I have to finish. I have to finish so I can move on with my life and not live in this little town anymore. I feel like I'm living inside Stars Hollow and I know all these people and they're my friends.
You know, Gilmore Girls doesn't actually
Finish, right? It just sort of stops.
Oh, they just.
What?
They just
You know they
killed it?
can't. You know they canceled the show, and the writers didn't know it was ending, so that it ends on like a
Oh,
cliff.
that sucks.
Gee, sorry.
Holy shit! You
Marissa.
didn't know that?
Oh,
I didn't
that
know
sucks.
that.
Everybody who likes Gilmore Girls
I
was
didn't like
devastated
Gilmore
when that
Girls.
happened.
Oh,
I didn't know.
brutal.
I just started
Come
watching
on.
Gilmore Girls now. I had no idea.
Thanks for
It just
watching,
stopped.
everybody. See you on Monday.
Well, I heard
You
there was
guys
going to be a
rock.
reunion.
Yes, please tune in to Monday. We'll be sending out some
This
tweets
is what
if you can join
confusing
us
looks like. and anger.
for Game of Thrones.
Confused
Coffee
and
Talk.
anger.
We'll come up with a better name.
No, that's a good name. I like it.
You
I
guys
like it.
rock.
Come on, let's do
Before we
it.
go, I'm playing Half-Life 2.
You're gonna be playing the new Advanced
Hey,
Half-Life
Blake.
2?
Sort of, yeah.
And Ruby and I are gonna be playing some.
Have a good weekend, everyone.
Have a good weekend. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Vic's Basement would like to thank its sponsors, EB Games, Nintendo, Xbox, and Gameloft.